After the arrest of K. Kavita in the Delhi liquor case, there is now apprehension among the BRS cadre and leaders that Mr. K.T. Ramarao, who is the BRS working president, could also be arrested, this time possibly by the Anti-Corruption Bureau here or even possibly by the Enforcement Directorate. Mr. KTR has been called in for questioning by the Anti-Corruption Bureau as well as the Enforcement Directorate in the Formula E race case, in which he has been named as A1 by the Anti-Corruption Bureau. The charges that have been slapped against Mr. KT Ramarao is in the FIR is that he, as minister, BRS minister, as municipal administration minister, had in fact paid out or ordered the paying out of about 55 crore rupees to Formula E organizers in London for the conduct of season 10 of the Formula E race in Hyderabad. The background to this is that a tripartite agreement had been signed between the government of that time, the MAUD department, and the Formula E operators, and also ACE Next Gen for the conduct of the Formula E race. And the 9th season was conducted in 2023, and subsequently the ACE Next Gen had pulled out of the tripartite agreement, following which the government was keen to continue with the Formula E race in Hyderabad, and therefore stepped in and took a financial liability in that sense, and asked the HMDA to pay out an amount of rupees which now is being calculated at almost 55 crore rupees that the FIR mentions as having been illegally transferred without the suitable authorizations from either the cabinet or the finance department, or even seeking legal opinion in this particular case. The charges that have been put are of criminal breach of trust, of misappropriation, and possibly misconduct as well. So the sections are under 409, 405, as well as the IPC, as in those were the IPC section, and also the Prevention of Corruption Act. It is under those sections that Mr. KTR is being charged in the FIR. He has been named as A1. And A2 is Mr. Arvind Kumar, who was Special Chief Secretary in the MAUD at that time. And BLN Reddy, who was with HMDA, was named as A3 in this particular case. So when Mr. KT Ramarao was called in for questioning by the Anti-Corruption Bureau on the 6th of January, he refused to go in without his lawyer, suggesting that there could be some kind of a conspiracy, or rather an attempt to violate his constitutional or legal rights. And he said that I will go in only with my lawyer, because in another case, he cited the case of Patnam Narendra Reddy in the Lagacharla case, accused of having conspired to create a violent situation where the collector of Vikarabad and other officials were attacked by villagers, farmers, whose lands were being taken by the government for a project, for a farmer project. And in this particular case, KTR has said that Patnam Narendra Reddy was made to sign a confessional statement in which he names, or allegedly names, Mr. KTR as one of the accused, and subsequently he had withdrawn the statement, saying that he had never made such a statement, and therefore KTR said that any kind of fabrication or flash news could be given out by the investigators, and therefore he will go in only with a lawyer. Subsequently, he has been given a date of Jan 9, and he in fact moved a lunch motion in the High Court seeking that the presence of his lawyers, and the High Court has now said that one lawyer can go in along with him, but will be monitoring it sitting in another room, in the library room, and monitoring through CCTV what is happening in the room where Mr. KTR is being questioned. This is of course to ensure that they can monitor what is happening inside, to ensure that there is no kind of use of third degree methods, and also to ensure that Mr. KTR's request for, in that sense, legal presence is also been in that sense abided, even though a presence of the lawyer along with him in the room has not been allowed by the High Court. So this comes even as the Special Chief Secretary, Mr. Arvind Kumar, has in fact appeared today before the Anti-Corruption Bureau, and BLN Reddy, A3 in the case, has appeared before the Enforcement Directorate. Both of them had sought time from the ACB. Their dates were given as 2 and 3, and now their dates have been given as 8 and 9, and that is what they are attending now. Of course, Mr. K.T. Ramarao also expected to attend the Enforcement Directorate hearing on the 16th. He has said he will follow all those summons because he respects the law of the land. Politically speaking, the BRS is kind of worried or apprehensive that the government intends to use this politically, and they have been calling all the entire case as politically motivated, and they have been in fact saying that it is only with an idea of tarnishing the reputation of Mr. KTR and also to silence his questioning voice, political voice of questioning of Mr. KTR, that he is being targeted. At a meeting of the BRS, dairy release event, Mr. Harish Rao, who is a senior leader of the party, in fact said that K.T. Ramarao has always stood for the party, every leader and cadre, and even for the farmers of Lagacherla who were handcuffed by the government, who were imprisoned and handcuffed, taken in handcuffs even to hospital. He had stood up for them, and therefore he made almost a passionate plea saying that everyone must now stand with Mr. KTR. Mr. K.T. Ramarao, however, said that this is a case that would not stand scrutiny and that he is going to fight it, and the BRS has a good legal team, and therefore he is not worried about it, and people, or rather the cadre and leaders, should instead focus on the what he called as the unkept promises by the Congress government, who had made promises not just about Raitu Bharosa, which is a farmer assistance kind of money, and also on the loan waiver scheme, and also on the promises made to tenant farmers. The BRS is claiming that none of those promises were fulfilled by the Congress government. None of the guarantees has in fact been fulfilled, and that is the reason why they are using these kind of cases as diversionary tactics. That's what the BRS is saying, and Mr. K.T. Ramarao very clearly telling people that do not make a big deal out of this case. I will come out of it. I will fight it legally, but you must focus on exposing the Congress government on these alleged kind of unkept promises. On the other hand, as soon as the High Court had in fact vacated the stay on Mr. KTR's arrest, and had also said that he should, his quash plea was in that sense dismissed by the High Court. At that time, soon after that, the ACB had in fact conducted raids on Greenco, which is of course a big company for sustainable energy. One of its subsidiaries is ACE NextGen, and ACE NextGen was the part of the tripartite agreement, and it was ACE NextGen that had withdrawn from the tripartite agreement for Formula E race, and in this particular case, Greenco is holding ACE NextGen as a subsidiary, and therefore raids were conducted by the ACB on both Greenco as well as ACE NextGen and other subsidiaries to find out a connection, because the allegation being made is that there is some kind of a quid pro quo. Congress supporters are arguing that instead of imposing a liability on ACE NextGen for having withdrawn from the tripartite agreement, and that had in fact caused financial liability for the government itself, the BRS has allowed ACE NextGen or Greenco to get away without any liability, and that they say is some kind of a quid pro quo, because Greenco had bought electoral bonds that the BRS had also redeemed, and in that sense that is the reason the Congress critics or commentators are saying that's the reason why ACE NextGen was allowed to get away without getting any kind of a liability because of withdrawing from this entire contract. Even as all this is happening, other cases also, complaints are being made now by the BC political JSC, has written a letter now to the Enforcement Directorate and to the other agencies, asking for cases to be booked in some other cases in which also they are alleging irregularities. That includes the Outer Ring Road, in which they are claiming that the company ITR, which was given the contract, that they had also bought electoral bonds. They are also bringing up the name of Kitex, which is of course a very reputed Kerala textiles company, and they are saying that They had started multiple units here at Rangareddy and at Warangal as well, and they are making a connection with the electoral bonds that were bought by this company as well, and suggesting that there should be investigation because there is some kind of a quid pro quo that has happened, is the allegation being made, whether it is in the Formula E case or in the ORR case or in the case of Kitex and certain other business deals, so to speak, that they say the BRS government had entered into. Politically, the BRS has been very, very active, standing together on this. The threat of being, certain of its MLAs being taken away by the Congress now, for the time being at least, does not seem to be there, because the Congress is also not acting very proactively on it. The attempt was to actually try and split the BRS party to legislature party, but that does not seem to be really happening. But right now, watch the space for what happens with Mr. K.T. Rama Rao. Will an arrest actually be executed before the big harvest festival here of Sankranti? In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.